from Hollywood and the four corners of the world. You asked for it. Starring Rich Little. Here's the star of You Asked For It, Rich Little.
Thank you, and welcome to the only show on television that takes you around the world in 30 minutes just because you asked for it. Tonight from England, an underwater magician. From Spain, a 200-year-old war. A woman pitcher who strikes out professional ball players blindfolded, and much more. But first in our show, a man named Alan Jones who calls himself Captain America. He does deeds of great bravery to prove that Americans have no fear. Wearing only swim trunks, he dives into a pool filled with rattlesnakes, and we'll see his unbelievable stunt because Clive Love of Carson City, Nevada, you asked for it.
If you had a tangle of rattlesnakes in your pool, would you go for a swim? Well, there's no limit for a man like Alan Captain America Jones.
I think the limits are pretty much what people place upon themselves. They're mental limits more than actual physical limits.
The snakes have not been defanged, and there are 8 of them in the pool into which Captain America will dive. As you can see, they're very wide awake. Captain America usually wears a wetsuit for this plunge into the poisonous pool below, but especially for You Asked For It, he has arranged to perform the stunt in bathing trunks alone. After his dive, he will remain in the pool and systematically take out those snakes one at a time. 8 pairs of deadly fangs await his entry.
Taking up right below you.
Now, in the pool, he faces the challenge of each rattler one by one.
Where's the bucket? Where's the bucket?
Right here, right behind you.
Okay.
There's the first, safely out of the pool.
You count them, Brenda. You count them. Okay.
The second,
Where's the bucket? Where's the bucket?
number 3, number 4,
4. There's 4. We got 4.
he still has 4 to go.
I'm gonna save him for last.
5,
Okay, okay.
6, number 7.
All right.
Now he's going to capture the last one, moving in on it carefully from behind. And he has it! Alan Captain America Jones. And why did he take on this challenge?
You asked for it, America.
Who is dog's best friend? Well, we're going to find out when we come back. Stay right where you are.
And now back to Rich Little.
Now, we've all heard the expression, they fight like cats and dogs, right? So what we're seeing now has got to be a put-on. I mean, something like this can't just happen. Well, just watch this, because Jenny Mulligan of Clarkston, Washington, you asked for it.
Rich, it's been said that cats and dogs get along as well as the Hatfields and McCoys. Meet Arusha, a 7-month-old cheetah, and Anna, a year-old golden retriever. In an arrangement that would surprise a lot of people, they're living together in peace and harmony. Arusha came to the zoo when he was only a couple of weeks old. And since he'd been raised in captivity, there were fears he'd become lonely without a regular companion. But the zoo didn't have any other cheetahs. They're just too expensive. And knowing that dogs have lived with cheetahs before, Kathy Marmack, the cheetah's trainer, decided to try a golden retriever as a roommate.
Many people feared that the cheetah would become very aggressive as he became older, but the dog is still the dominant animal and will remain, I believe so, in the relationship with the two of them. She is dominant in that she was older when she was introduced to Arusha. It's like being around an older brother or sister. You always remember that they can be a little bit more dominant over you if you're the younger.
Even in areas where natural jealousies could be expected, Arusha and Anna remain the best of friends. They don't have disputes over territory, and they even drink out of the same bowl. Arusha is a male and Anna a female, but they won't breed because they're of a different species. Actually, the two species are more similar than you might imagine. Both are docile, easily trained, and both have at times been bred for hunting. Before the dawn of man, it's possible the ancestors of Anna and Arusha stalked each other across the plains of Asia. Their hunting ability comes in handy when Arusha and Anna go looking for their friends in the zoo administration building, although sometimes they're a little too enthusiastic. No office is closed to these two. They're welcome wherever they go, but occasionally their visit can be a mixed blessing.
No, Arusha! No. Don't share the planet.
Two separate species, natural enemies in the wild, but good friends in spite of the differences. Is there a message in all this for mankind? Just one. All you need is love, and anything is possible. This is Desiree Goyette with Arusha and Anna, because you asked for it.
You know, the dog and the cheetah got along so well, they're going to tour in a play this summer, The Odd Couple. You know, a funny thing about quality, something that was really good to begin with only improves with age. And to realize this, when you watch some of the shows from the original You Asked For It, the remarkable people and events that were depicted then are just as breathtaking today. Well, Jack Smith, from the original show, who also improves with age, I might add, is here with us tonight, as always, with one of those very special features. Jack?
Thank you, Rich. In the past, You Asked For It presented many amazing magicians on the ground, in the air, and underwater, too. Well, London, England was the scene for this unusual act, and the year was 1957.
A snorkel diver's mask so he can stay under for a long period of time. Our camera will stay on the performer throughout each trick, so we'll see every move. Sleight of hand demands speed and dexterity. Water greatly restricts the movements. But there's the cigarette. And another. Out of the hand one by one. They float away. But still there are more. You may wonder how he stays at the bottom of the pool. He stands on a platform with his feet hooked underneath wire loops. They hold him down there for as long as he likes. The magician's scarf stuffed into his hands. No scarf now, only an egg. Now we know where the scarf went, inside the egg. He stuffs it back. A glass tumbler, if you please. end of the scarf still shows on the egg. Now the question, is the egg real? He'll show us. Been in the water too long, no doubt. Birdglass spent a total of almost 16 hours underwater before our cameras to perfect these scenes. Still another cigarette, and this one you won't believe. He puts it in his mouth, box of matches, he lights up, puffs, smoking underwater. David Birdglass, the world's first and only underwater magician.
Wonderful, Bill, wonderful. Only one problem. That man could never take his act on the road.
You're right. No way could he ever get that pool in the trunk.
Next up on You Asked For It, the pretty little lady who strikes out professional ball players blindfolded.
And now back to Rich Little.
In and around Vero Beach, Florida, this woman is a queen, the reigning monarch of the Mound, Miss Rosie Black. Rosie and her family grew up playing softball together. They got so good at it, they put together an exhibition team that challenges all comers. It's called The Queen and Her Court. And as picture, Rosie is one of the nemesis of batters, even striking them out blindfolded. We flew our Danny Folkway to a ball game in Vero Beach because Jim Healy of Haywood, California, you asked for it.
You know, strikeouts for Rosie Black are no novelty, Rich. In fact, Rosie was kicked out of amateur ball at the age of 10 for pitching too fast. And judging from her performance today, her style hasn't changed. Strike! Rosie is considered to be one of the greatest fast-pitch softball pitchers ever. She's won 99% of all her games. Now that statistic is even more amazing when you see that she only plays with 3 other people on her team. Skill is important, but Rosie knows how to get the psychological edge. She and her court put on a warm-up show guaranteed to intimidate any challenger. Each member of this family team is an accomplished ball player. Rosie's sister Eileen has been catching her blazing tosses for 17 years, and she's a high percentage hitter. Paul, Rosie's husband, plays third base. He's a long ball threat and a world-class sprinter, clocking the 100-yard dash in 9.5 seconds. Rosie's brother is the team clown. Calling himself a lot of chatter, he occasionally slows down long enough to play first base. Rosie's team once toured Japan, trouncing all comers. An embarrassed Japanese businessman offered $10,000 to the team that would avenge national honor, but the reward was never collected. Rosie is such a pro that You Asked For It decided to set up a challenge with some other real pros, the Vero Beach Dodgers. Manager Paul Popovich, who played for the LA Dodgers before he came to their farm club, said okay, but with some reservations.
Well, I hate to send 3 young, well-conditioned men up against this young lady because I'm afraid he may embarrass her.
Excellent batter. There's the pitch. Change
Bear down, babe. Bear down.
There's the cut. A lot of chatter. A lot of has it to Rosie and the outing. He was after that ball like a chicken on a grasshopper.
Ed, it's the little round thing.
I'm going to hit off of her myself because I don't think she's that good.
As for Rosie, she's planning to rub salt in some wounds by pitching blindfolded. This I gotta see.
Ooh.
Rocking fire, shoot it over. There it is.
Oh, no! See?
Great plan, team. So great, in fact, that we decided to give you the You Asked For Canada softball excellence.
Thank you.
So, Rosie, what do you think? Do you have anything that you want to say to the defeated team?
Well, sorry you lost, guys, but you asked for it.
This is Carol Channing. Rosie, when I said diamonds are a girl's best friend, I didn't mean baseball diamonds.
You Asked For It is your show. Tell us about the strange places you'd like to visit, the dangerous action you'd like to see, the extraordinary people you want to meet, and we'll get them for you anywhere in the world. Write to us, care of You Asked For It, P.O. Box 1980, Hollywood, California, 90028. You know, it seems like there's always a war going on somewhere. But would you believe a country that has a war every year? Of course, it only lasts for one day. It takes place in Spain, where for one day every year they recreate the Moorish invasion that took place in the 13th century. We flew our Tony Thomas to Villajoyosa in Spain because Mrs. Bing Jin of Woodcliff Lake, New Jersey, you asked for it.
At 5 in the morning, a reenactment begins of a battle that happened during a 300-year period covering the 13th through the 15th centuries. The Moors who inhabited this area were driven out by the Christians, who eventually established the predominantly Catholic environment that we have in Spain today. The boats are modern ones, but they're made to look like boats from the 14th century. Thousands of people are involved in this reenactment. They're dressed in period costumes and carrying guns that fire very loud blanks. After they capture the beach, the battle continues into the streets of the village, where the Moors capture the castle.
After all of the lengthy battles and invasions, the Moors celebrate their victory in the evening with a spectacular parade.
Each separate group represents a different Moorish tribe, complete with music and harem girls.
This is Tony Thomas in Villajoyosa, Spain, because you asked for it.
This is General George Patton. That's the way to have a war. It lasts for one day. They use blanks and everybody ends up dancing in the streets. The only problem is...
Hey, what do the generals do?
Rich will be right back after this to make another good impression with more of You Asked For It. And now, back to Rich Little.
Thank you. Thank you very much. In the words of Richard Nixon, I'm through. We'll see you next time on... Good night, everybody.